What's up, everybody? Well, you got stress? I figured that'll be the title of this video. Got stress, or something to that extent. It's a subject near and dear to me, but just keeps coming up. Stress is just the killer. Wait, let's see, it reminds me of an old saying, mind is the slayer of the real. And that was one that, I can't remember who originally quoted it. Manly Hall used to say that. But the mind is the slayer of the real. Meaning that whatever you create in your head, your reality can destroy the actual situation you're in by creating a complete delusion about the way things are. Stress is something that helped us as humans to survive through some pretty nasty things. Being hunted by lions, having weak shelters and wondering if we're going to be bit by a snake. There's a natural pattern to evolution of the mind of humans and why we're afraid of certain things, why we're scared of the dark. It's to be expected, okay? However, with the modern thinking of mankind, this society we've created, it's left us with some problems because we're still hanging on to the old stresses. And I could go on and talk about it for hours, all the different, silly things that people worry about. But I just wanted to really come out and say, we learn how to stress so we can learn how to de-stress. In other words, we have to stop playing the victim. We have to stop saying that everything happens to us, or that we suffer the most, or that we're all stressed out because we have a delusion in our minds. We think that nobody else is stressing. Like I said, the Facebook syndrome, where people think everybody else is having a great time and they're not. It doesn't work that way. People post pictures of their kids or their boat trip. They don't post pictures when they're laying on the couch sick or puking because they drank too much. It's the reality of the world we live in that people only put forward the face that they want to. But I'll be the first to admit that I've stressed, and I've had some very anxious times in my life. In my early 30s, I went through some periods where I would wake up in the middle of the night sweating and worried about what I was going to do at work. Something so stupid, something ridiculous that I hadn't even delved into yet, that I had no idea how it was going to turn out. And you know what? Every single time it was fine. We seldom worry about the things that are important. We're always stressing about things that aren't important. But I would like to say that stress is the worst drug you could possibly be addicted to. And people don't even realize they're addicted to it. With all the talk about the dangers of drugs, and people saying that folks shouldn't take drugs to, de-stress, they should deal with things. Well, you know what? Life throws you some curveballs. And I can say in some situations, people are better off taking drugs than they would be stressing. They might actually live longer. Stress releases cortisol into the bloodstream. It depletes your immune system, forces your body to go into fight or flight, and it becomes constant. It becomes a normal way of living. And not only that, but new discoveries in science have been showing that neuroscience is directly linked to the gut, and that when you stress, your gut bacteria, when you feel it in your gut, you're actually causing changes in the chemistry of your stomach, of your digestive system, which in turn changes the levels of serotonin in your system, dopamine, norepinephrine. The science of how all this works is not well understood, but it is a fact that if you're stressed out all the time, you're causing damage to your body. We could go on and on about how to tackle stress, or what works and what doesn't, or what's worth stressing and what's not worth stressing over, or whether or not a person should be taking benzos. I would say no. I would say the one thing we don't want to do is take drugs that will hide or cover that up completely. We want to be able to feel our emotions. But at the same time, sometimes the stress gets to be too much, so it's okay to take something if that's what a person needs. But I'm just here to say that if you're a stressed out person, try to relax. Try to remind yourself that you are creating your own stress. It is your own reality, and you have to own it. Nobody else can do it for you. And damn if that doesn't take a while to figure out sometimes. Life throws you some hardcore stuff, so. I'll talk to y'all later.